agree with that because his last two races show that he's back in form.
Okay.
And all you have to do is look at them. I think he's the horse to beat in here. I'll be surprised if he's 5-2. I didn't realize David made him 5-2. If he's 5-2, I have no interest, but I do think he's the horse to beat in race number 1. Race number 2. So, really, Remember Mom. Wow, I didn't show that replay because I couldn't imagine anybody picking this horse. You didn't like this horse. I think I won a lunch on this horse with you last time.
You may have.
You figured you didn't like him in a weak field, so you like him in a tough field?
I mean, a tough field.
Well, it's a great mistake race compared to the race he ran last time.
Welcome back to me. A tough field. Wow. All right.
Yeah, there's a horse in this race that, as long as the track isn't biased and he doesn't fall coming out of the gate, Royal Realm is about as big a cinch.
This is a tough horse to have any kind of confidence in.
I completely and totally disagree with you. I think he's a lead pipe cinch in here, unless there's a massive bias.
He's going to be 3-5.
As he should be. I'm not sure. He's considerably less likely to win than Shalimar Gardens, though she may pay 220 or 210. She should pay 210, but we're not going to handicap that race. Okay, why would you like Remember Mom going a mile off of that race?
I don't like. I landed on Remember Mom in here because at 3-5, I could not take Royal Realm.
Why? What's wrong with Royal Realm?
We'll
hold off on the replay.
This has just been a consistent drop off. Okay. This horse's races have gotten progressively worse and worse.
Well, you're absolutely wrong. He ran an 83 buyer off the claim, an 82 buyer. He ran a 76 buyer, chasing wide against a Gold Rail 2-back that probably was closer to an 85 buyer. And let's go to the videotape and watch his last race. Thank you for asking. Okay, let's see the start. So first of all, he doesn't break in this race, so he's already a couple lengths behind. But more importantly than that, he's going to be 3-4 wide the whole way around the track. And guess what? It was his second Gold Rail in a row. So we've got a horse that's considerably faster than these, that's coming off 2 basic wide trips, one of them with a bad start, against Gold Rails. And let me say something else about him. His trainer doesn't seem to be worried about this theoretical bad form he has because he's not dropping him. And he could have dropped him to 20 if he didn't like where he was going. And he rightfully sees that there's nothing wrong with this horse.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
I think he's a complete and total cinch in this
Let me
race.
ask you a question.
Unless there's a bias.
Centavos ran for 16-2 life last time.
Okay.
Bar 14 ran for 25-2 life last time.
Right.
Okay, Prayer Book's been at the level. Remember Mom, like you astutely pointed out, ran for a quarter last time. Okay. Quick Flash is dropping, but was abysmal at this level last time.
He's also got 6 seconds.
And he also has 6 seconds.
So what are you telling us we don't know? Well, I'm trying to get where you're going.
You really think this is a 40? This is the most rest up 40 in the world. It's like he's dropping
It's not me, right?
It's like he's dropping.
Did you fall and hit your head while you were in Florida?
It's a 6-horse field.
Anthony.
It's like he's dropping him.
Anthony, do you understand that you not only are not making sense, but you're actually making my case for me? Do you realize what you just did?
It's not a tough race. I still don't want him at 3-5.
Anthony.
How did I make your case for you?
I don't care if he's running against $10,000, $5,000 claimers from Mountaineer. His trainer entered him for $40,000.
I'm well aware of it. There's this thing called a scratch slip that you could enter too,
Anthony,
right?
you just made an argument to like him, not to not like him.
I didn't make an argument to like him.
You just made my case even stronger, as somebody just texted me. Regardless of that, the point I made, which I think you missed, which is fine, his trainer isn't offering him for less than the 40,000.
That's what he took him for. He took him for the 40.
But you just gave a case about how weak the field is.
I did.
It's not me. It's not me, right? Thank you.
But if the 40 if this would have came up tough, he could have scratched. Why couldn't he? Why is that so funny?
Because it's completely non sequitur. It has nothing to do with anything.
The horse is going to be 3-5.
As he should be.
I'm not saying he shouldn't be. I'm saying I don't want him at 3-5.
That's fine, but okay.
I'll take the horse that ran once for Pat Reynolds because I'm not going to look at the first time when he lost the rider.
Good luck. Quick Flash is a little dangerous only because Wayne Potts horses have been running a little bit better lately. Bar 14, I suppose, is speed, but he's not really a miler on the dirt. He's not really a dirt horse, but
Eric Cancel's supposed to put Quick Flash. If I thought Quick Flash could go,
the 2 is much faster than Quick Flash.
I would imagine Quick Flash is going to come out of there running. That's just me.
Well, you think he'll be in front of Gomez on the 2?
No, I don't. I would hope he's coming. That was the one caveat.
He'll be sitting second. I understand he'll be sitting second. I think everybody believes that. Okay, we'll move on. But I'm looking forward to some because this is going to be a good show because you're really ready for. There was some drinking in Florida, right?
I couldn't describe. Yeah, of course.
I heard.
I don't understand why.
I heard things didn't go well at the tub.
At La Tub?
I love La Tub.
I'm going to tell you what, my man Joe Mack had to have emergency triple bypass surgery. It's probably a good thing that things didn't go well at La Tub because they're going to finish them off.
I like La Tub. I was last there with Travis Stone and Nick Tamaro 6 years ago, sitting right by the Intercoastal.
You finished a well-beaten third in that three-horse field. I can tell you that at the dining table.
I'm not.
Oh, well-beaten third. I mean, not as far back as you finished to me, but they still had you pretty handy.
Listen, these guys are premier track announcers. One of them calls the Derby, and the other one is like the king of Sam Houston, which, by the way, you and I will be covering for 2.5 hours next Thursday on America's Day at the Race, I believe. Are you on with that?
I don't know about that. I was not told, but I'm.
I thought you were.
Available.
I thought it was me and you next Thursday from 4 to 6:30.
I would not be surprised.
Sam Houston.
I just have not been informed.
Yeah, we don't like to tell people around here. Race number 3 kicks off the pick 6. There's no carryover, I don't think. My top pick was scratched. I have at least one top. If I only have one top pick a day scratched,
you feel successful.
It's like an under,
like
because usually it's about 3. I don't know what happened to Salute to America. I thought he was a kind of a lock here. Why do you like Reservation?
Well, I took Reservation. First time was on a sloppy track, did not break that well. Gets the pair of blinkers. Trevor stays. Going to get a fast track today or something closer to a fast track.
Okay. The reason that most people like this horse, if they like him at all, because he's a bad horse, and I don't have any confidence at all. I had him second. I scratched into him. Is he galloped out very strongly. I mean, he was ahead of the field 20 yards after the wire, if not sooner than that. And he did run like a horse, you know, that you look at his race, he broke a length slow. He sort of was asked, but he had absolutely no speed. It's a sloppy track. Trevor stays, but he galloped out strongly. There's a real question whether or not he can run at all, to be honest with you, and I'm not confident that he can, but I do end up scratching into him. I mean, I think the horse to beat here is Sir William, not a rider I'm looking to take at a short price. And I will tell you something, isn't Sir William supposed to be favored in here? I would imagine
with Salute to America out, he will be. I know David has wild Carpe Diem, a little
maybe
shorter
Franco
on the
over
line.
Mina.
Yeah,
but I mean, he's probably it's
a coin flip.
It's close. Yeah,
right, Franco over Mina might be the
yeah. That's. I mean, not that DV's Banker Reservation will take somebody. I scratched into Mo Dancing.
I don't know if I would be surprised if Reservation was favored in here.
You know, Linda Rice used to be very good with her first-time starters at Aqueduct going a mile, but it was on the inner. I don't know that it matters, but it was on the inner where she had that weird
that
number.
First winter, didn't she have a couple of stakes-winning fillies that came out of those maiden claiming races?
But did they win first time out?
Yeah, I think at least one of them did.
There was one decent one that won with a big trip.
Anyway, it's like similar names.
The dam was okay, and it's a Lauban.
Yeah.
You know, I happened to
5 of the 7 foals won, but
I was looking up old Gothams on YouTube.
Okay.
And I came across Shaggoth winning. So that was a forgettable. That was one of the forgettable Gothams. Did you remember that Lauban was the speed in that race? I knew it was I knew it was the connections were.
Huh.
But I watched again. And I went, oh yeah, that's right. That was who was in front in there.
Wow.
Yeah. I knew that it was those connections. I just didn't remember for sure it was Lauban. Yeah. He ran second. He might have been a maiden.
He might
have been a maiden when he ran that race. Race number 4. Race number 4.
Did he win the Jim? He wasn't. Was he the Jim Dandy horse that won as a maiden? Or no?
Well, what year? No, because Shaggoth was 16, and he won the. Did he maybe? Maybe it was him. Who won it the Cloud Computing year?
Who won the?
Oh no, that was Good Samaritan.
Gotham was Good Samaritan.
No, who won the Jim Dandy?
Jim Dandy was 6. Oh,
yeah,
you're right.
You might be right. You might be right.
I think he did. I think you were right. I think he was a maiden in the Gotham, and I think he won the Jim Dandy as a Gotham.
As a Gotham or a maiden?
As a maiden. As a Gotham.
He could have been a Gotham.
Could have been a
What is a Gotham? You got to see Batman, or you got a phobia
I want to go
Batman?
see Batman. Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard.
It's too long for me.
All right. I've heard
see
good
a
things.
good 2.5-hour French movie the other night. You missed the whole French Film Festival, Anthony. Tomorrow, Sunday's closing night.
They got to stop doing
tickets. I got tickets for a movie tomorrow at 9:15 that I really want to see, but it's going to be a long day here, and it's supposed to be kind of crummy weather.
I got to think.
I've already seen 8, so you think I've seen enough in the last week?
Well, 8 is enough. There you go.
Seen
Great show.
movies.
Dick Van Patten loved racing.
Okay, race number 4. So I guess in race number 4, it's just a question of if you want to take Bella Principessa or not. Here she is beating Tua T, who you have on top and I have second. Why is Tua T, who I did try last time, why is she going to beat Bella Principessa this time?
I'm going to try her on the stretch out, trying to take them loosey-goosey on the front end. I would imagine Trevor McCarthy's going to put her on the lead. They were aggressive last time. I don't see a lot of speed. I mean,
what?
I don't see a lot of speed in here. You see speed in here?
No, there's no speed in here, but I mean, I guess an aggressive rider in front. I didn't even have her as a contender for the lead, but I suppose it's possible. No, you're right. It's one of those no-speed races.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose that's
I guess
possible.
Freddie Mofacta could be forward.
Yeah, I thought. What about Kingdom Queen even?
Yeah, maybe. I would imagine
Jackie's aggressive, but Jackie's aggressive.
I would imagine Trevor's going to be aggressive with Tua.
Well, you got a lot of Davises in here. You got two the brother and sister. You got the
brother-in-law. There's a lot going on in
Davis. So I'm pitching all the Davises. Anyone with I'm just betting against all the ones that have a relation.
I don't have to do with suspend the campaign. What you did or what I did. I originally had this horse.
She's either a terrible pick or she's the right pick.
Yep.
I don't think she's going to be 8-1.
No,
she should be 80-1.
Well, for the last 2 races, she should be 80-1. Yes.
And the truth is, you want to use the wet track as an excuse. Well, the moisture in the track 2 back, probably the same as the moisture today, next to none. So I don't know. All I know is, I don't think she has a lot of pedigree value. So, and if she couldn't run and they wanted to breed her, they'd have probably already sent her to be bred.
Now, here's the one for the day. Why isn't she dropping off those last 2 races?
That's my point. And the reality is that she is the one horse in this race that when she was good, she can beat the race of Bella Principessa, who I'm not a huge fan of.
Bella Principessa is really, she's rounded into form lately. She's run okay.
I didn't like her last time, and you didn't like her either, and she ran.
I bet the second filly last time.
I agree. She has improved. Girl at Toscanova, I thought she beat a hopeless field last time. She had her 4th last time. She got her second this field.
She did it the right way, right? She came back from the layoff, and it didn't matter. But I mean, it is because you have horses in here. Bella Principessa's in form. Suspended Campaign has races in her bank that would make her very tough in here. Yeah, I mean,
okay.
But Charlie's horses are all running. Charlie Baker's horses are all running. And when a race with a question mark like Suspended Campaign, and at some point you feel like Bella Principessa can go the other way, I think you got to include her in the mix.
I know she goes the other way, but I'm not a huge fan, but she is the horse to beat by a lot in there. Race number 4. Quick break. We'll be back with the late pick 4.
Who you betting on? How about an app created specifically for horse racing? Naira Bets. We specialize in thundering hooves, fist pumping, and boosting your bankroll with robust weekly promotions. And offer betting tips from actual horse racing experts. Bet all day and night, nationwide. Get the action and thrill of horse racing with Naira Bets.
We're back.
Oh, you didn't go to Abreu?
We're back.
Hello. I don't even have an earpiece here today. They forgot I was out of sight, out of mind, right? What did I say?
You wear the earpiece once a month. What are you lying to these poor people?
What's the other thing? Absence makes the heart grow fonder? No. This was out of sight, out of mind. I didn't have an earpiece here today. It's all right. It's no big deal.
Guy goes away for a week and he thinks it matters.
I didn't even get a good tan.
You didn't spend a lot of time on the beach?
I had to drive, Andy.
I see you in one of those 2-piece bathing,
I got there after the 20-hour drive. Instead of going to take a nap, I went and laid by the pool.
There you go. All right, race number 5. Race number 5. What'd you do here?
I went to One Track Mind. Not Mind, which I've been told I do have. I went to One Track Mind from my man Dave Donk.
Based on
I did not like, I didn't want any of the horses with some recency. And this horse, I had a little push on this horse first time out. I know it was a short field.
Most of your pushes lose by double digits.
This horse ran okay. I kind of felt like this horse ran on late.
Thought this horse ran okay?
Yeah, I did. I mean, for a 2-year-old state bred in a race that did not come back that fast, I thought this horse ran okay, and then went to the bench. So a little bit of a pass tip, coming back, blinkers, Lasix, the long layoff. I'm going to give this horse a little bit of a look today.
Okay, she's found herself in a tough spot here. The 9 Bavarian Cream is way the horse to beat in there, and they scratched one of her chief competition, the horse inside of her. I feel pretty strongly if she runs back to her debut, she'll probably win this race. She didn't break super sharply in her first race, I don't think. And she finds herself sort of chasing on the
Kinda rushed,
outside the
right?
whole
Yeah.
way, and this was a gigantic gold rail. This is one of the stronger gold rails we had on January 13th. Norman Queen has done nothing but improve off of this race, and she rode the gold rail that day where Bavarian Cream was out in the 4 and 3 path around there, and I just think she ran very well. You know, she was scratched here about a month ago. I kind of wonder if she was scratched because Mark Hennigan, another horse in that race, that won, and won convincingly. And I kind of wonder if that might have had something to do with why she scratched.
But the Mashney
that
girl?
horse was doing well. No. Mashney girl didn't win a maiden race. She won,
maiden race.
She
right.
beat
Okay.
she beat the horse in the
you're
feature.
right. That wasn't a maiden
The
race.
feature, if you want to call it that. This horse ran very well. I just think she's now enough horse to beat. I'm worried about, you mentioned Charlie Baker. I'm worried about this first-time start against Dylan Davis to ride. It's a second foal from a mediocre dam, but Frost Giant, but I won't be surprised. Laochi's very dangerous in here. You know, Laochi's coming out of a race where she was against the track last time with a wide trip against a gold rail. I know she's meeting older, but there are no killers in here, and her races 2, 3, 4, when she wasn't against the bias, are good enough to win. And I'll tell you something else. Vivazano is not impossible to get a piece in this race. She is going to benefit from the rider change. She is not a slow horse.
No.
She had a rider who thinks every horse should be last, and that's why his numbers this winter are as poor as they are. And she's just been taken out of one race after another. Now she gets a rider who can put her a little bit more forward. So I do think she'll run better in this race. Whether or not she's good enough to win.
I don't disagree with that.
I think she's going to run okay today. I considered putting her third or second. I've got her scratched into her fourth. Race number 6. This one. I mean, when you think about competitive races, great. By the way, Gopher Gin died.
I know.
Called Nick when I saw.
I know.
Yeah.
He was at Horse Park, right?
He was the Kentucky Horse Park. You know, he's one of the few horses to do. You know what's funny? He's one of the few horses to do it, yet the very next year, another horse did it, and I don't think anybody's done it since.
Why no. Did it? No.
He won the Remsen, and he won the Derby. Who was the next horse that did it the next year?
That was 94, so Thunder Gulch.
Yeah, don't you remember? First time Lucas.
Yeah, I remember
He was
that.
first time Lucas.
From Kimmel.
Bought him Howie Bagels.
Yep.
And he won the race. You know, what race did he win? He won the race before what race?
Is this like a Jersey Shore question? The shirt before shirt? The race before what race? What do you mean?
What was the race after Thunder Gulch? Won the Remsen. I guarantee you, it's one of the most memorable races of your life at Aqueduct.
No, that's right.
Oh, it's not
94.
wrong.
Cigar
Won the Naira Mile.
Naira
Next
Mile.
race by 8
That's
lengths.
right.
Paid $19. It's the single biggest bet I made the entire year. I was getting killed. I got a little more than even with Thunder Gulch, first time for Wayne, and then Cigar.
He beat Devil is Due.
Crushed, won by 8.
Yeah. That's how Jerry Bailey got on him. Mike Smith decided to ride Devil is Due.
That's correct. That's right. The rest is history.
Mike Smith rode him in the allowance. I bet him in the allowance.
I thought
race.
it was the now horse.
They had
He
a
got
Cowden, right? We ran the Cowden back then. I think Jimmy Bond won the Cowden. I made a parlay, Cigar onto to Jimmy Bond in the Cowden the day he won the allowance race, and I picked up like 1,800.
That was a weekday.
Yeah, I
here.
I was at John
Was
Adams.
here.
I was in high school.
I have one of the great.
No, it was at St. John's.
I have one of the great phone messages that day from a friend of mine who's passed away, my friend Joe. I was actually out with like a friend. We were, believe it or not, I was going to Meadowlands at night a lot, so I didn't go to Akron every day.
I can't believe it.
I made a lot of double headers, as you know. And the message I got home, this was before he won the allowance race, he said, I'm out of town. I don't know. Cigar is running up at Akron. He's on the dirt today, and he's the favorite. I'm thinking, how could he be favored in here? He can't run in the dirt, can he? Do you know what his dirt races were like? Now, it was too late to tell him, yeah, he actually ran a 90 by or something in one of his first 2 races in the dirt. He never should have got on the turf in the first place.
He broke his maiden on dirt in his second start. Got beat by a horse named Demigod in his first start.
It may have been one of the few times that somebody told Bill Mott a cigar story that he laughed. You probably heard a million. I said, I know you heard a million cigar stories. I actually have a funny one. Yeah, I said, didn't I? We talked to him. He ran like a 106 buyer that day.
Dick Lundy had him originally, right?
No, Alex Hassinger.
Alex Hassinger? Hassinger, okay.
Race number 6. So I don't know about you, but I've kind of narrowed it down to the 3 and 4. I don't know. I spent a lot of time.
How much time did you spend on
I have a
this?
bet with Aragona. I think the 4 is going to be favored. I don't know what I bet him because he didn't wildly disagree with me. So we'll show Donegal Bay breaking his maiden.
I don't know if I have a dog in that
I mean,
fight.
this is a tough game. In case you don't know how tough a game it is, this is a tough game. I'm going to tell you, I didn't even realize this is the horse. I'm very friendly with Jerry Crawford. I like Jerry Crawford, who runs Donegal, and he's fun. He and I joke around quite a bit. And I went to watch the Withers, his next start, where he finished 7th. Now the poor guy's in for 16. In the winner's circle, and risk-taking was the favor, as you may remember.
I do remember.
And I get up there, and Jerry's in the winner's circle, and I'm thinking, my first instinct is, he came all the way from Chicago to watch this horse run in the. It was actually 3-1 in the winners. I didn't realize it was that low.
It was
I
second
said
choice.
I said to him, you came all the way to see this horse? He goes, I brought 18 people with me. They were freezing in the winner's circle, and I felt bad. I thought when he ran, he didn't run at all. I felt bad.
Somebody who loves the game, right?
Jerry? Absolutely.
Handing out win tickets. I remember handing out $50 win tickets when Keen Ice won the Travers.
You know, you look at horses. They didn't. The thing about him is he didn't cost that much. He only cost $90,000.
Yeah, right.
As you know, you see these horses, and they can go both ways. You see horses that look like they were bad that end up being very good, but it's so hard. It just shows how tough the game is. He breaks his maiden with a 76 buyer at Gulfstream. You're thinking, I got a shot as a Derby horse, and bang, zoom.
We're actually hanging out. Some of the guys from the TV crew left. We had a little going away for them. The bartender at the place we were at is from Donegal County.
Is that right?
Yeah. We're talking about racing with her. Eileen from Donegal County.
There you go. Well, it hasn't gone well, but you know what? He's first time in the dirt since the Withers, which is sort of odd, but Todd clearly
he ran at the
gave up on
Calibrate,
him.
who was fast the day he broke his maiden sprinting, and then he ran in the Withers, and then there's other dirt race, he galloped.
It's a good thing you were out of town this week.
Why's that?
Because you hate Ray Handel, who trains this horse. And did you see that horse he ran on Saturday, Disco Pharaoh? You know, it's the same connections as Morello.
Morello?
Yeah.
Blue Lion?
There's an argument the track sped up, slowed down a little bit later in the day. Buyer only gave an 88 buyer. I think that's on the low. He won by 19 lengths.
19 lengths, right? I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, Ray said he's looking for, he's a 4-year-old, so, you know, a few people said he was a Derby horse. I told Ray it's just they just need to change the rules, but.
Ray looking to run for 50?
He's for sale for 40. Go to him quick.
Please.
He said, no, I read Dave Grandigross. I think he's looking for a non-winners. There's a non-winners of 1 he's hoping to run in on. Be interested to see what he does, because these are horses that obviously had some issues, but
Right.
eek, that horse freaked that day. That was
was
some
big effort.
performance by him. I mean, the others didn't show up, but that horse
You
ran.
know they show Aqueduct at Gulfstream, right?
You didn't remember off the top of your head, though. I know you were watching Dogging Horses. You already told me. I mean, listen, the thing about making New York, to be fair, I'm sick of him, you're sick of him, but at least he has recency, and he's probably going to run his race in the mid-60s, and he's dropping down a little bit. I don't particularly like him, and like you, I'm looking for anybody to take against him, so I think we do the same thing here, but I'm not going to be surprised when he wins.
No, of
I'm
course
not going to be
not.
surprised when David's right and he's favored.
Right.
Because there's a chance that Donald Bay just can't
run anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, see what happens. So I like a horse in race number 7.
Can't believe it.
Yeah, I smoked this one out. I really like a horse in race number 7. I may only bet show, so I don't want to get scared. But by the way, David definitely blew this morning line. That horse will never sniff 2 to 5. He's on the same morning line as Radio Days. How about the money that horse took? Nice performance by Jorge Abreu's horse, huh? Fendi Valentine, New York bred.
I like that
She
filly.
put herself in the. She could be the second straight Busher winner to be right there in the Kentucky Oaks, if not maybe win it. So we'll look at Shalimar Gardens. As if it wasn't, Shalimar Gardens didn't lay over the field enough as we go to her replay of her last race. Speaking of Mashney Girl, she chased wide against one of the stronger gold rails we had. That was January 13th. That was that super gold rail.
Yep.
So she was wide against track and still ran a 76 buyer. If she runs a 76 buyer today, just a 76,
over on those 14 and a half lengths.
I mean,
Over under 14 and a half
it's
lengths.
closer to 10, but well, it's.
Oh, just the math. Oh, well, just the math. Yeah,
It's
but
closer.
I'll take over 14
I mean,
and a half.
here's a question for you. If you knew they weren't going to ease her, not saying they're going to be.
Just let her
roll
gallop
out the
out.
wire.
Yeah. 20?
What? No. But what is the appropriate length? She may lose because that's horse racing, but what is the appropriate lengths for her to be even money?
Even 8.5?
Profits. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Not against.
That's a lot.
Against these fillies?
Yeah,
that she's
I
running
hear. I was
against?
thinking 6 to 6.5. You may be right. I'm not sure. I mean, this is. This is
we
one
say the
of,
hand-picked thing. I mean, if you went and hand-picked this state, I mean, it's a state-bred day other than.
it's hard to find. Oh, we got the same exacta.
I
Claimed by Rob Falcone.
First time
Why
Rob.
not?
I
Yeah,
mean,
I agree.
And this is more of a process of elimination, right? I really don't want horses claimed from
Yeah.
Rob, the 2. Voice of Spring just looks like she can't run
Entered
anymore.
cheaply. I
Yeah,
agree.
she can't run
She
anymore.
just looks like she can't run. I
mean,
agree.
the Sandwoman picked up some pieces last time.
I agree with you. You and I
Right.
saw this the same way. But
Yeah.
Shalimar Gardens.
I mean, what are you supposed to do?
There are horses on paper that look like they have to win. Honestly, I thought they might make her 1 to 9. I texted him when they saw the morning line. I said I was really been waving this morning line to see if you make.
Who did he
this
put the
horse.
1 to 5 the other day? Wow. I'm gonna swing and miss on this. I remember saying I was proud of him. That's a gutsy thing to do.
Was I out? Was the dad was out?
5.
No.
That's a gutsy thing to do. You make a horse
Well,
1 to 5.
David's got guts.
He does. People who've been doing this for decades won't do it.
I want to say something about
That's a
David, but
gutsy
also
thing
I'm
to
going
do.
to say something about Naira. We don't interfere with morning lines here. There are morning line makers around the country that make horses 6 to 5 that they know are going to be 2 to 5 or 3 to 5, and the tracks don't want them to make them that low. We like people
David,
to
text us.
be
Who did you
allowed.
make 1 to 5 the other day? This is bugging me now.
He can text me. He doesn't need to put both of us on it. Yeah. I'm a little bit territorial here.
I know you.
A lot of form in race number 8. A lot of form in here.
These last 3.
He said. David, you know what David just response to me? He said, if I made Shalimar Gardens 1 to 5, she would have been 1 to 5 in the morning line 2 starts in a row.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, he was right last time, make her 1 to 5. So there is absolutely no form. I'm looking at Gopher. They're showing Gulfstream. Oh, that was my single biggest Kentucky Derby score.
C Cadet for second?
I bet him to win, and I crushed the exacta.
Wow. Eddie De La Houssaye on C Cadet, is that accurate?
No. Oh, Charlie Whittingham. Strode's Creek.
That wasn't C Cadet second?
Once again, it was Charlie Whittingham, Strode's Creek.
Oh,
I think Bloomin' Affair ran 3rd or something.
Okay. That I remember.
I remember my friend Hillary called me up and she said she's going to a Derby party. She said, I want you to bet the Derby, are you betting? I said, I'm going to bet win on Go for Gin for You, and I'm going to make an exacta box with Strode's Creek. He paid like $27 or something. Exacta paid like $235 or somewhere right around there. I think Bloomin' Affair was 3rd, and I think, was Bracco 4th? The horse who won the
Isn't it nice to hand your friends money?
She called me up the next morning, where's my money? She's not a horse player. So
When Tonalist won the Belmont, all the guys in the card game Tuesday night hit the exacta for $20. Paid $348. Imagine just being able to, 20 to win, paying the guys $35.
I won a guy at pick 6, told him I couldn't pay him for a month until I went to the track. He called me up and said he desperately needed the money the next day. 2,000. It's a true story. Let's look at really psyched. Here is how far.
Are you that psyched? Are you really psyched?
Here's how
really
far
psyched?
we're reaching here. Really psyched ahead of Miss Flintshire.
We gotta really see. You got a video.
This was the
race?
funniest
You're
pick
the
I ever
best.
made when I picked Flintshire, Miss Flintshire, and she went off at 7 to 2. She was like 2 to 1 the whole way. And even you said to me, well, you picked an entry, but this one will be 12 to 1.
Right, yeah.
And I went, God, I could get 20. She was like the favorite the whole way.
7 to 2.
It was a bad race. But, I mean, honestly, aren't the 2 most logical horses in this race Really Psyched and Pal's Alley? I mean, I'm not saying they're, but aren't they the most logical horses?
Yes. Pal's Alley was so bad last time.
I think this is a mistake by them thinking because there's a deep closer, he wants more distance. She wants more distance.
Well, I think they agree with you when they put the blinkers on.
Seven will help.
She didn't run a step.
Does get Lasix. I get it. I'm not, well, but in this field, I almost picked her on top. You've picked the obvious horse. I was going to pick on top. But
And is she really
I tell you,
obvious?
Yes, every single person is going to like Holiday Jazz. She's going to go off at around 5 to 2 or 3 to 1 in here, and she may win.
I'd like to change it, but I picked a really
David's got her the 4 to 1 favorite, but she's the only horse in here that hasn't proven to everybody she can't run.
Blind Sight's 2 to 1 on the morning.
Who is?
3 to 1. Blind Sight, the deuce.
Who?
The 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess I'm betting this race. I guess I got to bet. Really?
Yeah.
Well, he's probably right. People won't notice those figs were in the grass and synthetic. Eek. Can have this horse. Listen, anyone can win this race.
Right. Yeah.
So why do you like Holiday Jazz?
I just wanted the fresh. I mean, I'm obviously worried about the fact that this horse debuted on the turf and just by being able to run 2 steps on the dirt.
Okay.
But you found the right.
Do you know who her third dam is?
I don't.
Her third dam is actually one of the great race mares to run in the mid to late 70s. Don't think she really ran around here.
Okay.
I
would not know
believe
that.
she's a half to a very, she was a very, very good horse. I think she's also a half to a very good horse.
Okay. I don't know.
Glorious Song.
Wow.
Yeah, it's before your time, but that's
Yeah.
a monster.
Well, that was Samsung, right? Samsung, right?
Maybe. Now, I have a memory of one of 2 things. It's related to Spectacular Bid. I don't think she's a half to bid. But I think she may have run against him in his return race at Delaware. You know, he won, after losing the Belmont, he won like an allowance race at Delaware before he beat Coastal and General Assembly in the Marlboro. I was there that day. Yeah. That was one of the 2 times I saw Bid race live. Was the Marlboro Cup when he beat General Assembly, was coming off his win in the Travers. So my friend Mark Campbell.
That was the track record until Arrogate. General Assembly held the track record until Arrogate.
That was the biggest, when I bet him in the Travers, up to that point in my life, was the biggest bet I ever made. She's a half to Devil's Bag. Eric Leonard just texted me. I knew she was a half to somebody really, really good. She's a half to Devil's Bag. There you go. That's not a bad horse to be a half. I can still remember being at Saratoga when Devil's Bag broke his maiden.
It was a fast horse. Bad bleeder.
You know who his exercise rider was?
No.
Phil Gleaves.
Really?
You know Phil Gleaves?
Oh, that's right. When I worked for Woody.
Holiday Jazz, it is a first foal. The dam's a turf horse. It's Jamie. For me, the reason to like him is it's Jamie Begg, and Jamie was the assistant trainer for Mark Casse, and they had a lot of success with horses like this that debuted on the turf. It's not going to take much. It's the obvious fuzzy. So I'm going to give a little blame or credit to my friend Nick Tamaro, who sold me on picking the 3, Play Maggie for me. The rail may not have been good last time out. This horse ran a killer maiden field first time out. Actually got bet a little bit last time against a tougher field. Was inside, showed a little speed. The inside was probably not the best place to be. And I'll tell you what, I don't need too many reasons to take a 20-to-1 shot in this field.
No, you don't.
Because this field is, I mean, it may, sometimes these races, the favorites win 1, 2, 3, but there's nothing going to surprise you.
Who the favorite's going to beat at Rome 1, 2, 3?
I didn't even realize the 2 would be. David's probably right.
Yeah.
Half the Devils by New is somebody good. I think she ran that spectacular bid allowance.
Maybe she did.
I'm probably wrong, but I think she might have run that.
What was that? Yeah.
What?
I heard something. Maybe the walkie-talkie. I don't know.
Steve's just telling me it's a halo. I know it's a halo. Well, Devil's Bag's a halo. It's probably so it's probably a full Devil's Bag. All right, we done?
I believe so.
All right.
There's some business.
Did you pick up some fireworks? That's a real Brooklyn thing to do, picking up fireworks on the way. When I was a kid, I remember taking a trip with my mom and making her stop at the fireworks store for me.
I did something I think you'd be proud of.
What?
I originally had a carton of cigarettes in my hand for a friend, and I decided to.
I can't see you buying cigarettes for people.
I was going. I decided against it. I decided against it. I put them back.
So you didn't bring a truckload of unstamped cigarettes up from the south?
No contraband.
We know there's some sort of story being made up here.
No, there's no story being made up. I just think
funny?
about 20 years ago, I would have.
You know what's funny?
20 years ago, a little kid would have been full. We'd have been driving
when you were
back,
driving back, and I called Eric and asked him, and he said, "Oh, he's in Georgia or something." And tell me where you were. I had literally just finished a book, and I didn't want to text you. Where it's a book called Mercy Street. It's a new novel. And one of the main characters is arrested in Georgia, transporting a car full of pot back to Boston. No. And it's literally, he's arrested, he's in jail, and I'm reading that. And Eric says to me, "You're in Georgia." I said, "Well, I'm not worried about Anthony, but
another
it was a funny
place and another time, Andy. Another place.
Yeah,
and another
I don't think
time.
you were ever bringing any pot back down from Florida.
No. The cigarettes.
Like
I'd have been 2 to 5 with a trunk full of cigarettes. Not anymore.
All right.
I've grown up.
We're done.
We are. In more ways than one.
No, we're not. We're just starting, Anthony. Come on.
Just getting warmed up.
All right, we got to check on that thing with you, because you and I doing Sam Houston and Oaklawn next Thursday.
That'd be awesome.
I love
Sam
shaking with anticipation for
little
that.
Ernesto Jimenez.
You're going to be surprised to hear this. I've already finished handicapping the 6 races.
I can't believe it.
Show. When they draw a weekend yesterday.
Sick guy.
Let's get the work done. And you got days to look at it and go back to it, and that way it's how you memorize it. Head over to Naira Bets. If you're not a member of Naira Bets, no better time than the present. Luis Saez is looking up going, "I can't believe they employ these guys." Use the promo code STAKES200.
We have to come up with a caption every day.
We don't blame you. Believe me. We think the same thing. Well, we looked at you and we go, "Why are they writing that?" Look at this. They got the right order. Look at that. Claude straightened that out. I could see. That's what he.
Good job, guys.
That's what he and Coop were talking about now. 75 or more on Oaklawn and Aqueduct, and you get that $20 bonus. Opt in. I'll be opting in as soon as the show's over.
I already opted into everything.
We got this. Anthony's extremely excited about this.
Can't wait.
This is a really good thing, Anthony. Why don't you talk about it?
It's the must-bet race of the week as well. It'll be the must-bet race of the week every week on Naira Bets. So go take a look at the blog. We could turn to the next. We go to the bankroll builder, please. Thank you. So you bet $50 or more on the Tampa Bay Derby tomorrow down at Tampa Bay Downs. Opt in, of course, and then you get $25 for the Kentucky Derby. We'll have 4 weeks of action this week, March 26th, April 2nd, April 9th. We'll skip next week as there's no Derby prep. And you just bet $50 or more to win on one horse in the Tampa Bay Derby this week. It'll be the Louisiana Derby in a couple of weeks. And win or lose, you'll have $25 in your account right around Kentucky Derby time. So if you bet all 4 races and you opt in and you bet at least $50 in each of these races to win,
that's enough.
$100.
It is a good idea, and I'll be doing that. We also have American State of the Races, 3 to 6:30.
There it is.
And by the way, how do we not think of our friend Jason Blewett? It's March 11th, 3/11.
Already talked to him.
Very excited for him.
3/11 day.
Big day for him. My friend Steve says that she was second to bid in the Haskell.
Ah, there you go.
I didn't know he ran the Haskell. I thought his first start after the Belmont was at Delaware.
Oh, I thought he was done after the right. Yeah, me too.
I thought it was a prep race at Delaware.
Interesting.
Steve, I don't know if you're right about it. He's gonna look that up. It's right to be in Champions,
Right.
which I don't have downstairs. I should.
I have mine home as well.
Amazing book. We're done?
Have they abridged that yet?
You mean
Updated it?
Updated it? Yeah. We're gonna bridge it, make it bigger. I don't know. Ask Steve Christ. He'll be out today. He'll be out to see his horse.
I'll hop downstairs. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right. Have a wonderful day. Johnny I, the voice of New York racing, up next, the reprise, the scratches and changes. Have a great day.